Hi everyone. Now we are going to solve some problems in quantitative aptitude related to physics on the topic time and distance. So right from class 9 you have been studying the distance, displacement, speed, velocity, time period and all, isn't it? So from that only the concept of time and distance is discussed in quantitative aptitude for all type of competitive exams. Now, what are all the formulae required to solve most of the numericals? First, you must remember that the speed of your body is equal to what? Distance traveled divided by time taken. So, speed is equal to distance by time. Now let us use hereafter the symbol S for speed, okay, and this is equal to capital D for distance and small t for time, like this we are going to use. So one unit of speed is meter per second, another unit is kilometer per hour. So this is the notation, meter per second, this is kilometer per hour. So what is the relationship between these two? We will discuss little later. Now first let us take a body is traveling from A to B and continuously from B to C. So A to B, let the distance traveled be D1 and the time taken is T1. And from B to C the body travels a distance D2 in a time T2. Okay? So in this case, how to find the average speed? The average speed. In general, speed is what? Distance traveled by time taken, isn't it? And now what is meant by average speed here? So the average speed is denoted like this. Average speed. This is S AB for average. Okay. So this is equal to the total distance traveled from the starting point to the ending point, that is D1 plus D2. So this is the total distance traveled divided by the total time of travel. So A to B is traveled in a time T1, B to C is traveled in a time T2. Therefore it must be what? T1 plus T2. So this is the expression in general for the average speed of a body. Okay, now let us take some special cases. Now in the next case you see here, A is the starting point. So from A to B the body is traveling with some speed S1, maybe 60 km per hour or 45 km per hour. Then let us take it as a traveled in some time t hours. Okay. Then from B to C the speed has changed from S1 to S2, but the speed only has changed. Here also to travel from B to C it has taken the same time. This is a special case. So it is not first half, second half distance and all. Okay. So the distance AB and BC are totally different. The speed S1 and S2 are different, but the time taken to travel from A to B is t hours, and in another t hours, that is the time interval is the same. So in such case, how to find the average speed? So in this case the average speed SAB is equal to S1 plus S2 divided by 2. S1 plus S2 divided by 2. Okay. So this is the expression. This can be used only when the time intervals are the same. Okay. Suppose in another interval t it is traveling with the speed S3, then it will be S1 plus S2 plus S3 by 3 because the time intervals will be 3. Now in the next case you see here, I have divided the total distance into two equal halves. Suppose total distance is 100 meter, means each 50 I have divided. So in this case the distance AB is equal to the distance BC. And in this case, if a body is traveling with the speed s1 from A to B, the first half distance is covered with the speed s1, and the second half of the distance, same distance, but it has traveled with the speed s2. So in this case, what is the average speed? So for that, now I will take like this, 2 divided by the average speed. This is the formula I have to remember, because I have taken 2 halves. Suppose 3 parts, 3 equal parts of the distance means here 3 divided by S average. 4 equal parts means then 4 by S average. Since AB is equal to BC, I have divided the total distance into 2 equal half distances. So 2 divided by S average must be equal to 1 by speed S1 plus 1 by speed S2. Okay. So that now this is equal to what? S1 into 1, cross multiply S1 into 1 plus S2 into 1. So this will be what? S1 plus S2 divided by S1 into S2. So left hand side is what? 2 divided by S average. We need the average speed only, no? Therefore, the average speed S average is equal to, taking reciprocal, okay? So S average is equal to 2 into S1 S2, 2 into speed S1 into speed S2 divided by S1 plus S2. This is S1 plus S2. So this is the expression when the body travels 2 equal half distances with the different speeds. Okay, little ahead of this, let us divide the total path into 3 equal parts. So AB is equal to BC and BC is equal to CD, and each portion is 1/3 of the total distance, 1/3. And let us take that from A to B, the body is traveling at a speed S1, B to C, the speed is S2, and C to D, the speed is S3. Now the formula for the average speed. So here the average speed S average is I will take as usual by this formula I will go. Okay. Finally I will write the general expression. Now by this formula here there are 3 intervals means instead of 2 I have to write 3. So I will write 3 divided by S average is equal to, just like here there are 2 reciprocal terms, here 3 terms of the reciprocals. So 1 by S1 plus 1 by S2 plus 1 by S3, and this is now equal to LCM I am going to take. So the denominator will be S1 into S2 into S3, and the first term denominator is S1 already. Therefore, the remaining 2 factors will come. So the first term will be S2 into S3, okay, divided by S2 into S3 divided by S1, S2, S3 plus, for the term S2, numerator will be S1 into S3. So this will be what? S1 into S3 divided by S1, S2, S3 plus the third factor, denominator is S3, therefore numerator will be S1 into S2. So S1 into S2 divided by S1 plus S2 plus S3. So all have the same denominator, is it not? So I can write that 3 divided by average speed is equal to, in order I will write. So first term S1, S2, second term S2, S3, and the third term S1, S3 can also be written as S3, S1. So that you can remember 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 1 like that. And the common denominator is what? The common denominator is S1, S2, S3. Okay. Now I want an expression for S average by taking the reciprocal, is it not? Therefore, in this case S average must be equal to what? 3 into product of S1, S2 and S3 divided by this S1, S2 plus S2, S3 plus S3 S1. So this is the expression for the average speed when you divide the total distance into 3 equal intervals. 2 equal intervals means you can see here it is S1 plus S2 by S1 S2, so that the S average is equal to 2 S1 S2 by S1 plus S2, and here it is a different type. So using this we are going to solve numerical problems. So these are the basic equations required whenever you are going to find the average speed. All the numerical problems asked in this topic, average speed, is based on this formula only. Not even in this competitive examinations at the 9th and 10th level like NTSC or bank exams like that. In other exams like IIT and NEET also, the same formula only are being utilized. Irrespective of the nature of the competitive exam, concept will be the same. So my dear students, you will have to be thorough with this formula bunches, understand? And for solving any numerical problem. So based on this, now we are going to start how to solve numerical problem. Be ready for that.